Hello, hello, and welcome on in. We are doing some shopping today. I'm Dr. Janine, your host, your guest, and also the formulator of the Vitatree products. I'm so happy that you've tuned in today. We have some great deals happening. It is Deal Day, and this only happens once a month here at Vitatree on Vitatree.com, and spectacular offers happening for today only. Of course, our vitamin D3, I'm going to talk all about that coming up. That is our Deal Day item, as well as our magnesium is coming up as well, but you have the opportunity today to lock this in as low as $37.78 US on subscription. If you just want to do the one time, you can do that. It's a 2-bottle offer at $41.98. Welcome on in. Let's talk all about vitamin D, and especially vitamin D3, which we tend to be much more deficient in. Of course, when we're talking about our vitamins and mineral status, especially going into colder months, if you live in a more temperate climate like we do here in Canada, is something that, yes, that vitamin D deficiency is a real thing. And vitamin D3 is the type of vitamin D, of course, that our body makes from natural sunlight exposure, yet when the sun goes away because of that angle of the sun, we don't have the opportunity to make that vitamin D. Now, with vitamin D3 from Vitatree, this is a very different formulation. Even if you've tried other vitamin D supplements before, this is very different in the fact that these are soft, chewable gel caps. They taste like little lemonade candies. Absolutely delicious, so easy to take, and each one is standardized to 1,000 international units of vitamin D3. So that's important, as well as the fact that it is in a delivery system that your body appreciates and knows how to absorb because it's fat soluble. So it's in MCT, so medium chain triglycerides, from, of course, coconuts, which is amazing. Now, how do you know if you're low in that vitamin D3? Well, maybe your body's giving you signs and symptoms of that deficiency. Let's look at some of the most common signs and symptoms of a vitamin D3 deficiency. You can see them here. All right. So what's your body telling you? Maybe you've got some issues happening with your dental health. So that could be your gums could be swollen. You could have actual cavities happening. You're more prone to this for the children as well. We need that vitamin D status to maintain the proper calcium in our teeth, as well as asthma. So we do have vitamin D receptors in our lungs, so this could be a common place where you're getting symptoms of low vitamin D, especially in the winter. So if you've got that chronic cough, issues with your lungs, difficulty breathing related to that vitamin D deficiency. All right, as well as diabetes and regulating your blood glucose levels, really important with your vitamin D status. Of course, your bone density and having strong bones, we need that vitamin D to ensure that proper calcium and other minerals staying in the bones for that strength. Fatigue, depression, low mood, seasonal affective disorder. Is this you? Is this happening now with the darker months? Yeah, potentially. Vitamin D deficiency. High blood pressure, coronary artery disease, and of course, muscle aches. So we have vitamin D receptors in our muscles, and I find for a lot of people, as we get deeper into that darker, cold winter, a lot of back pain. So if you've experienced this, that can be related to your low vitamin D. So again, here at Vitatree, we have a very special day today. It is Deal Day. This only happens probably once a year on this item. So make sure that you're taking advantage of that very special pricing. Again, you're getting 2 bottles, and each capsule, remember, is standardized to 1,000 international units of your vitamin D3 in this really absorbable form, which you're going to love. And again, with our special pricing today on subscription as low as $37.78 US. And if you just want to do the one-time purchase, but here you can also split up your payments. So if you wanted to split up your payments here, you could do that, stretch out your payments, make it a little bit affordable as your one-time offer. And that's for both bottles, for 2 bottles. So a great day to stock up. That's only for the next 24 hours. Then this price goes away after tomorrow. All right. So make sure that you are getting your supply, especially, we've got a few colder months coming up ahead of us. So making sure that we've got enough becomes really important. Now, did you know that your vitamin D status also has to do with your blood glucose levels? And by being able to stabilize your blood sugar, really important, we need active vitamin D to be able to do that. We also know that chronic muscle pain, back pain, as I talked about, chronic fatigue, but even being overweight can be related to your low vitamin D status. So it's something that I definitely want you to make sure that you're optimizing your levels. Definitely have your blood work done. Blood work doesn't always give you the total picture as to what's active in terms of vitamin D in your body, but it does give you some information, and optimizing your levels becomes really important, especially if you're feeling some of the symptoms that we talked about. Now, for those of you who are lacking in the sunlight exposure, which is a lot of us right now, for those of you that maybe have compromised liver function, compromised kidney function, these both systems need to be working A1 in order to convert to that active vitamin D. And if it's not, then this is giving you, a higher risk of, not the best status for your vitamin D. We also know that the more central obesity you have, so for people that are somewhat overweight, the conversion to your active vitamin D becomes compromised as well. So if you tend to hold on to extra body weight, you're trying to get it off. I mean, the vitamin D can help with your metabolism, help to get things going, but that's going to also further compromise, especially around the midsection. If you've got too much body weight here, that will decrease your vitamin D status in your system as well. All right, we do have some great testimonials. Thank you to everybody tuning in today. So great to have you here. Please say hello and where you're from. Great to have people tuning in, sometimes for the first time when you see us live shopping. Again, I'm Dr. Janine, your formulator of all the Vitatree products. Maybe you've seen me on social media. Maybe you've seen me on television as well. Great to have you in shopping with me today. All right, vitamin D3 reviews, 5 stars. Okay, I use D3 in combination with magnesium and have found my health is maintained in a positive way. I will be talking about the magnesium that is coming up, so stay tuned for that. The twitching of my calf muscles have reduced, and that was from Jay. Well, thank you so much for sharing your great news. Another 5 stars from Sylvia. I love the taste of these. These are small and easy to swallow as well, so they are chewable, or you can swallow the vitamin D3. Super easy to take. The kids love them as well. They taste like little lemon candies, so they're really, really yummy. They're soft gel caps, so they're great. So thank you, Sylvia, for saying that. And Maria said, these work so well. I had a vitamin D level of 41. 3 months after starting these, it's up to 137. Yes, the power of Vitatree, because we don't use the fillers, the flow agents, only the good stuff, high absorption, and that's why we get these types of reviews. So great to have you all here today. Let's continue on. Next, we're going to talk about our coenzyme Q10. And remember, all of these products are available on Vitatree.com. So if you're watching elsewhere right now, Orlena is here in Vancouver. Thank you for tuning in. It's so great to have you here. Yeah, we worked together years ago on television at TSC. Thanks for tuning in today, Orlena. Great to have you here. All right, so in California, Sarah Jin Sombera, did I say that right? No. From California, thank you so much for tuning in today. It's great to have you watching. All right, so with our coenzyme Q10, this is what we are talking about next. And this is all about cardiovascular health. This is also anti-aging. Strong antioxidants within this formula, as well as regulating blood pressure. That's why it's called CoQ10 plus BP, BP meaning our blood pressure, and helping to maintain healthy blood pressure levels. And of course, doing it naturally. When we look at the ingredients, let's go on over here. I'm going to show you the ingredients in the formulation. You can see that Mother Nature has provided very essential nutrients that can really help with blood pressure and regulating these things. So coenzyme Q10, which is a coenzyme, and it works in your mitochondria. If you remember back from grade school, the mitochondria, energy producing powerhouse of the cell. Well, yeah, we need that CoQ10 to move the electrons along the electron transport chain. And unfortunately, as we're aging, that distribution of our CoQ10 drops off a cliff. And I'm going to show you that in just a second on the chart that we have. But oh yeah, we have it right here. Perfect. Okay, so think about age 20. All right, you know any 20-year-olds? Maybe you're 20 and you're watching. All right, so everything's good, right? Great energy, great skin, great cardiovascular health, everything's good at age 20. But look what happens. Even at age 40, our distribution of our coenzyme Q10 drops off significantly. So in our heart, the kidneys, the lungs, the liver, our major internal organs, look what happens closer, to 80 years of age. How much this is dropped off. And this is so important that we're protecting our organs, protecting our energy systems, protecting our mitochondria with ensuring that we have enough of that coenzyme Q10, which is just one of the ingredients in the CoQ10 formulation. As well as if we look at the other ingredients in the formula, we have resveratrol, which of course from dark-skinned grapes, super important antioxidant, great for the beauty benefits, but also for cardiovascular health. Ashwagandha, which is an adaptogenic herbal medicine, helps to balance stress levels and helps to balance erratic emotions. So what season is coming up? Holiday season for a lot of people is a very stressful time of year, and your emotions can be all over the place. The ashwagandha in this formula, I mean, maybe you're taking it because you want the beauty benefits of everything that you're seeing here as your antioxidants for your beauty, but nobody needs to know that you're taking it because you want to balance out your emotions because of the ashwagandha in the formula. I'm telling you, it's a game changer, keeps your emotions nice and stable. And the green coffee bean extract, which is a natural fat burner, but also helps to manage a high blood pressure, and of course, doing it naturally without any negative side effects. Now, true to the Vitatree brand, none of my formulations contain the fillers, the flow agents, so no magnesium stearate, no synthetic ingredients, no fillers or other flow agents. And this is important. Magnesium stearate, if you're taking any type of vitamin or supplement, please check your vitamin bottles, because if it says magnesium stearate, that is a chemical, and it's a flow agent that they use to speed up production times. And it's something that people don't realize. It's never been tested to be safe in terms of long-term human consumption, mutagenicity. Nothing has been tested in terms of ingesting this chemical. And a lot of people, you may be watching and you take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 supplements, and you never check the labels for that magnesium stearate. They make it sound sometimes like it's natural or vegetable stearic acid. It's still a chemical, and it can also coat. So it coats, it goes on top of the raw materials. So your vitamins, your minerals, your herbal medicines, and can decrease the absorption of the nutrient density of what you're ingesting in your supplements. So that's another big point, that when people take a Vitatree supplement, they're like, wow, that works so well and works so quickly. I haven't experienced that before. Yeah, because we don't use the fillers and the flow agents in the formula. You get that rapid absorption. You get the results that you're looking for. And when we're talking about beauty, when we're talking about our mitochondria, when we're talking about how the cell works, we want those electrons to be shuttled, to be moved. And that's what the CoQ10 does, helps to move those electrons along the electron transport chain. Now, this is the mitochondria right here, of course, and that's where all the magic happens in terms of longevity, in terms of our energy levels. We have to protect those mitochondria, and this is where the CoQ10 in the formula can be really instrumental in helping with that energy production, that ATP production. All right, so 2 capsules a day is your standard dosage on the CoQ10. It does have the green coffee bean extract, so you may not want to take it too close to bedtime because it has a little bit of caffeine, but at the same time, if you don't have any issues with caffeine, I can't personally take it too close to bedtime. I usually take it, in the earlier part of the day because it gives you so much energy as well. Great for the beauty benefits of the CoQ10 plus BP and helps to balance, remember, your blood pressure levels. All right. I think we have some great testimonials on the CoQ10 plus BP, which is amazing. I want to show you that. We also know that the green coffee bean extract in the formula helps with regulating blood glucose levels, helps with leptin, and can even help with our weight loss. It is that natural fat burner. Okay, so let's listen to this now. These are 5-star reviews. This is from Joyce. Joyce said, 5 stars, a must-have. I love the idea that this CoQ10 has blood pressure lowering ingredients in it. It truly does work. Blood pressure is responding nicely to this. It has no fillers or flow agents. Would recommend this to anyone. All right, thank you, Joyce, for appreciating the fact that yes, we don't use the fillers and the flow agents at Vitatree. Okay, another 5 stars from Rebecca. It works. This product has worked so well. I have more energy and feeling good. Oh yeah, did I mention it gives you a ton of energy? It is incredible. As well as from Carrie, another 5 stars. High BP no longer. I had high blood pressure readings while at the doctor's office over the last year. I purchased CoQ10 plus BP, hoping it would help lower my BP. The last time I went to the doctor after taking the supplement, my BP was lowered back down to the normal range. All right, awesome job, Carrie. Thank you for entrusting in Vitatree and my formulations. I'm so glad that you were able to get your blood pressure under control, and of course, doing it naturally without any negative side effects. That's the big, bonus with taking the Vitatree supplements. We don't have to worry about some of the, the conventional things that that people take in terms of side effects. Lone Holly Lynch, thank you for tuning in from California. Karoy is here. Great to have you here, Karoy, from Morocco. Thanks for tuning in. Mintu from Bangladesh, thank you for tuning in today. Mortez DR, hello. When do you take the CoQ10 and D3? I like them both in the morning, and you could actually take them together, your D3 and your CoQ10. That's a great question. Thank you for tuning in, everybody, today. All right, and let's take a look at something about my latest book. I want you to take a look at this, and I'll be right back. What if the real path to healing was buried on purpose? Before we had prescriptions and quick fixes, we healed with the sun, with the earth, with grounding, with natural detox, and really watching what we put into our bodies. Well, these are some of the reasons why I wrote my latest book, The Lost Medicine. It's all about rediscovering Mother Nature's prescription for us. She is our best doctor. You can learn more in my latest book. Please check it out. And there you have it. So if you've not yet picked up your copy of my latest book, The Lost Medicine, please check it out. Great gift idea in the holiday season as well. You're going to learn all about sunlight and why it's so important to reconnect with Mother Nature, getting outside, making sure that you are connecting with the earth and grounding, as you saw in that video. I also talk about your circadian biology. I talk about what you can do to water before you drink it to make it healthier, the eye-brain network, using cold therapy, heat exposure, saunas. All of the benefits and all the research is in here as well. So you're going to love that book. It's a great gift. So make sure that you're getting your copies today if you've not yet purchased. And if you're loving it, please let us know as well. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Thank you so much. And some great comments coming in. Thank you for tuning in. And some questions coming in. We did speak, a question about gout. We spoke about in the first live shopping hour, we talked about the Vita Detox, so you can check out more of that on Vitatree.com. And I'm sorry if I can't get to everybody's questions. My team behind the scenes is trying to answer your questions at the same time as well. I do need to move on. And now we're talking next about the hair, skin, and nails formula. So this is such a popular formula within the Vitatree line, and I formulated this to really feed the hair, feed your keratin, feed your collagen, your elastin from the inside out with very powerful natural ingredients that we can ingest in the capsule to be able to have that effect, which is amazing. Now, if we look at, what happens with, over time, with the aging process and our skin, is that we can start to have a disorganization and loss of our collagen fibers. Now, this is unfortunate because it is part of, the natural aging process, let's put it that way. But imagine this is our pro-collagen. So pro-collagen is a triple helix. It has 3 strands. All right, so you see that pro-collagen. Now, in order for it to be, stacked on top of itself and become collagen, it needs to have certain ingredients. And these are the key ingredients that I put into the formulation of the hair, skin, and nails formula. We have to maintain, the fact that the pro-collagen stays together. The MSM in the formula helps to do that. We also want to anchor in the glycosaminoglycans. So one of the big ones that we often hear about, especially in skincare, is hyaluronic acid. And so we can do that now. So when we see this disorganization happening with our collagen and elastin, we want to minimize this. We want to slow that down. We want to stop that from happening. We want to anchor in that moisture, the hyaluronic acid, which is going to plump up with that water from within to help to plump up the skin again. Here you can see when it's disorganized, what happens is that we start to have the valleys, and that's the fine lines and wrinkles. But we can really slow that down and have a positive effect with the hair, skin, and nails formula. That's why we have so many great testimonials on this product. The other thing that we want to look at maybe is the ingredients. So the MSM is going to help to anchor in that pro-collagen so that it has that proper structure, as well as the horsetail herbal medicine. And that is it's naturally rich in natural silica. And that silica really does help to anchor in the glycosaminoglycans. So that's important to plump up the skin, hold that moisture from within. And then the L-lysine really helps with your keratin. So for strong nails, if your nails are chipped and cracked and peeling, you can't grow out your own healthy nails. Maybe your hair is very dry, breaking very easily. that's important to know that the combination in the hair, skin, and nails formula, which is all natural, really has that positive effect for your hair, your skin, and your nails. So you're going to love this. The capsules look like this. If you don't like to swallow capsules, you can certainly open them up into a little bit of water or juice into your smoothie. They're all really easy to be able to do that. And these are vegetarian capsules, which is great. The standard dosage on this one is 2 capsules per day. Let's take a look at what some people are saying about the hair, skin, and nails formula, which is so fantastic. Over the years, I mean, I launched this years ago on television, and at that time I had my 4th baby. And after he was born, like all my kids, I always lose my hair right around my face. Like the whole hairline it falls out because of the hormones changing, whatever, and usually about 3 months postpartum. And so for my last pregnancy, I actually had the formulation. And so I started taking it, and I was showing on air. So each month that I went back to television to talk about the different products, I was showing everybody the regrowth of my hair, which was so phenomenal. It was distinct, and I was so thankful myself to have my own formulation, the hair, skin, and nails. All right, what are other people saying? Joyce said, 5 stars, amazing. My hair was falling out, and I have tried everything. This is a game changer for me. It doesn't have any fillers or flow agents like magnesium stearate. So yes, thank you, Joyce, for pointing that out and noticing that difference. Of course, none of the Vitatree products, none of my formulations have those fillers or flow agents. All right, success, 5 stars. This is from Carol. I was suffering from anemia, which made my hair stop growing, was falling out, dry skin, and brittle nails. I used this hair, skin, and nails and saw results within 4 weeks, so rapid results. And after 2 months, my hair has stopped falling out and my nails are growing. I am happy using this product with no junk fillers and no magnesium stearate. Thank you so much, Carol, for, entrusting in the Vitatree products. And with the hair, skin, and nails, I'm so glad that your hair stopped falling out and started to regrow, as well as your healthy nails. Hey, at the end of the day, do we care about these things? Yeah, we do. I mean, the way that we look affects the way that we feel. And, if we feel that we're not looking the way that we could 100%, then whatever we can do, and of course, naturally to be able to help that, that's what Vitatree is all about. And thank you for tuning in today. If you are just tuning in right now, today is deal day. So we have some fantastic offers happening. I just want to remind you, if you missed the top of the show today, our vitamin D3 is our deal day item. Okay. So that is on a remarkable sale, for 24 hours only, as long as we have quantity. And for the next 24 hours, you can get it as low as $37.78 if you're in the US. Of course, we have Canadian pricing as well. So just go to your respective website, Vitatree.com. You'll be redirected in Canada to the right place. And for the one time, so if you didn't want to do subscription, but you do get the free shipping with subscription, so you might want to sort of lock that in. But if you would just want to do the one time, $41.98, and you can split up your payments as well on the one time. So if you wanted to sort of break up your payments, make it more affordable right now this time of year, absolutely, you can do that. Totally up to you. You might want to stock up and get a few of these and then split up your payments. I don't know. The way that you shop is the way that you shop, but you know what's best for you. But you're going to love, if you're not yet tried the vitamin D3, they're delicious. They're highly, highly absorbed. They're going to make you feel so much better, especially in our long winters for a lot of us, right? Now, hey, if you're on the beach right now, you might even need some more vitamin D3. Are you really getting the vitamin D3? I don't know. All right, so let's continue on. Let's talk a little bit more about beauty and our collagen. So this is a 2 pouches that we've got here, and the collagen is available for, actually 1 pouch is what's normally what you're going to see on the website, but there you go. So that collagen is amazing because it is highly, highly absorbed. It is a hydrolyzed collagen, and that hydrolyzed collagen means that it's already sort of pre-digested for you. And it is a bovine source, and we need collagen in so many different aspects. So yes, we know the beauty aspects of taking collagen. That's why, let's be honest, most people take a collagen supplement. But did you know that for your bone density? Did you know that for your cartilage, for your healthy joints, even, your tendons, your ligaments, that becomes so important. So for your healthy cartilage at the end of your bones, really, really important, as well as for your bone density, for your skin, as we know, and for your connective tissue. So think tendons, ligaments, think mobility, agility, for that healthy hair growth as well. Amazing. And of course, for healthy nails. And this is something with the Vitatree collagen It's something that is, so versatile. It is unflavored. I'm going to go over here and show you how I like to mix it in. And I usually mix it in my hot coffee. And you can mix it in room temperature beverages as well. It's just going to take a little bit. So you've got to mix it in. Of course, we don't use any fillers or flow agents at Vitatree. And what I want you to see now is that, actually, I should say this before I mix it in. Each scoop is 10 grams of collagen. Okay, which is also 10 grams of protein, 10 grams of those collagen peptides. Highly, highly absorbed. And again, from grass-fed cows. Now you can see that as we mix this in, remember it is unflavored, so it's very versatile. You can mix this into any drink. You can mix it into your soup. You can mix it into baking. I've got some great recipes. I even use this in my natural high-protein ice cream that I make, which is amazing. It helps to work sort of as a binder in the ice cream. But there you go. Now, if you wanted to do this in an iced coffee, what I recommend is brewing your hot coffee, mix the collagen into the hot coffee, and then pour that over your ice and your milk, and then you've got your beautiful collagen, which is amazing. 1 scoop a day is your daily dosage. On this one, you get 20 scoops per pouch of your collagen, but this is such a game changer. So whether you're looking for those beauty benefits, whether it is for your healthy joints, your ligaments, your tendons, your mobility, being pain-free after your workouts and your pickleball, your tennis, your golf game, it is remarkable. We also did some research on hydrolyzed collagen, especially for perimenopausal and menopausal women, and found that it significantly helped with bone density. So that's huge, because we know as women we can struggle with our bone density, especially after a certain age and stage. And with our declining hormones, that this becomes really important as well. Some research has shown that hydrolyzed collagen can help with cellulite. It can also help with the thickness of your skin. So your skin thins out as you age. So it can help to maintain that thickness of your skin, which is amazing. And it also is a source of L-lysine, which is really important because that's going to help to maintain, much like what we saw the L-lysine in the hair, skin, and nails formula. And I actually suggest that you take both. So if you're really looking to ramp up your beauty regime and do a glow up, that you're taking the hair, skin, and nails, which is the typical dosage is 2 capsules a day, 1 scoop of your collagen per day. You will see drastic and dramatic changes in your skin. Of course, there's no marine collagen in this formula. And I really looked at formulation in terms of, okay, what type of collagen do I want to formulate? And when I looked at the marine collagens, I wasn't satisfied with the toxicity profile of those. And to really get something that I could bring to market, it would be way too expensive. And that's why you just got to be a little bit careful. You have to make sure the purity of what you're ingesting in your supplements is exactly that, without the fillers and the flow agents. The marine collagens, to me, I don't know. And they're sourced from different parts of the world that I personally didn't trust. And that's why we went with the grass-fed collagen from the European Union, which is, of the highest standards. If, anything that's that comes out of Europe in terms of something that's ingestible, even skincare, high, integrity and quality. All right. What happens with collagen loss? As we're aging, unfortunately, we start to see those valleys happening. We want to maintain that plumpness of the skin, and those collagen peptides within the formulation help to do that. Let's take a look really quickly at some great testimonials, reviews, 5 stars, and this is from Valeria. Morning routine staple. Every morning I know I'm getting an amazing start to my day with this grass-fed beef collagen. When I'm out and can't enjoy it, my whole day is affected. Highly recommend. And I'm a lifetime long user. Well, thank you, Valeria. It's amazing to hear that. Nicole said 5 stars. To me, this product is excellent and I would give it 10 stars. I use Vitatree collagen every morning in my coffee. I have also put my subscription for 2 pouches a month. Okay, I love the fact, with subscription, that's a great way to go. You don't have to think about your next order, and it's done for you. Grace said 5 stars. It's the best product. I recommend it to everyone who wants to try it. Well, thank you, Grace. I'm so glad that you're loving the Vitatree products and especially the collagen. All right, we are moving on now. Thank you for tuning in to Deal Day today. It's so great to have you all here. And, we're having fun shopping and you're saving some money today as well. This only happens once a month, and it's fairly new here on Vitatree.com, and our ability to offer you these great offers and buys on our favorite supplements at Vitatree. Okay, we're going to take a look at something about my book, and we're going to come right back. Take a look at this.
We're so glad you joined us for Vitatree Live Shopping with Dr. Janine Bowring. Stock up and save up to 35% on your favorite Vitatree products at Vitatree.com. Need help or have a question? Call 1-844-GET-WELL or email our team at hello@Vitatree.com or chat with us in the comments for live answers from Dr. Janine.
All right, so yes, take advantage of that contact information, 1-844-GET-WELL. You can't forget that, right? If you do have questions about the products, make sure that you're calling once you get your products home as well. That toll-free number is on all the bottles. So here in North America, you can call toll-free and get your answers, your questions answered. All right, so let's continue on. Now we're talking about the Vita Fish Oil, one of our all-star favorites here at Vitatree. And make sure you're going to Vitatree.com. You're going to see and read all about the Vita Fish Oil. Now, this is something that I formulated to make it really simple to be able to get in our essential fatty acids. Our omega-3 fatty acids are called essential because our body does not produce them on its own, and it's something that we have to get from an outside source. Well, eating a lot of seafood for a lot of people isn't always the best option. We know that there's toxicity concerns with fish and seafood, and getting, those omegas in the healthiest way. And here you're getting the DHA and the EPA in a higher concentration of that DHA, which is food for what? For our brain. We're going to be talking about vision health as well. And this is really important. So that connection between the eyes and the brain and between the retina and the hypothalamus is where we have the highest concentration of DHA in the body. So this is really important. Now, the unfortunate thing about our modern world, if you can guess, something that I talk about in my book as well, is our light environment. And all of these artificial lights that we have, the energy efficient lights, even we put up our Christmas tree yesterday, the LED lights on the Christmas tree, they're much higher in the blue wavelength of light, even if the lights don't look blue. And that's very damaging to your DHA levels. It's very damaging to your eyes, as we know. So vision loss and damage of the macula. We'll talk specifically about our eye and vision support, but we need our omega-3s to protect the back of the eye as well. And that's what you're getting in the Vita Fish Oil. It's a source of your omega-3 fatty acids to support cognitive. So for brain health, this is brain food, but also for your visual function. It also supports your good cardiovascular health, higher in that DHA, but also has the EPA to support your brain and eye health. They're easy to take. So if you take a look at these are soft, I'm going to pick it up real quick, soft little chewable gel caps. So they're actually soft gel caps, and inside they sort of squeeze out when you bite. You don't have to bite them, but I just do because they taste like little orange candies and they're just kind of fun to ingest. And they're sweetened with monk fruit, but they're orange flavored. They taste delicious. And that's where you get all of that goodness of your omega-3s is on the inside, which is amazing. Now, they're great for the kids as well. They don't even know that it's fish oil because they are soft, chewable gel caps. Just don't let them help themselves because kids think that it's candy and they might just help themselves to the whole bottle. So keep it out of little one's hands that might be a risk. All right, so they're easy to take. They're orange flavored soft gels, and they're great for all ages. The kids love them, the big kids as well, which is amazing. So this is great to have you all tuning in today. Thank you for tuning in. I see a lot of great questions coming in. At Flowers, yes, working on the vitamin K. I know it's been out for a while. We're working on it. It will be here very soon. So thank you for asking for that. And I know Geraldo is saying that synthetic B vitamins give you anxiety. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And that's why we don't use synthetics here at Vitatree. This is so important. It's such a big difference. If you start to look up our brand and our supplements, you'll start to appreciate the Vitatree difference. We don't use the fillers, the flow agents. We don't use synthetic nutrients. It's all natural from Mother Nature. That's how I formulated all of the formulas, and that's what makes it, so distinctively different in the way that your body absorbs and utilizes the Vitatree products, even if you've taken other supplements before. Okay, how do you know that you're low in your omega-3s? Well, your body could be telling you and giving you signs and symptoms of a DHA deficiency. So remember, this is the important, as humans, that omega-3, we tend to be more deficient in the DHA, but how do you know? Okay, so dry eyes, poor vision, floaters. So if you see those little black flecks in your vision, related to a DHA deficiency, a damaged macula as well. So macular degeneration because of a lack of that DHA. Dry and wrinkled skin, so this is very anti-aging to take your Vitafish oil. Acne as well, any type of chronic inflammatory process that's happening, because these are natural anti-inflammatories in the Vitafish oil. Inflammatory gut disorders as well. Joint pain and stiffness, inflammation, you need to have enough of your omegas. Of course, memory loss, foggy brain, loss of attention, really important for the kids as well in school. This is designed for children, and the dosage is 4 of the little gel caps. Just give it to them on their way out the door with breakfast. Important before a long day at school, so that they stay focused and on task, and that attention is not lost. High blood pressure, clogged arteries with the DHA deficiency, tingling and numbness. We need that DHA for our myelin coating on our nerves. So on our nerves, we have something called myelin, and it's reliant on B12, but also on having enough of that DHA. Okay, so that's going to protect the myelin coating on your neurons. As well as poor sleep. Yeah, that can be a symptom of low omega-3s. All right, so let's take a look at some of the great testimonials that we have on the Vitafish oil, because it is so yummy. Best thing ever, 5 stars. These are so easy to take and 0 aftertaste. They smell great and taste great. The DHA has a high value, which is great also. Won't go back to what I was taking. That was from Joyce. Thank you, Joyce. Okay, Tammy says 5 stars. I think the orange taste is really good, and I like how small the pills are. Love this product. Okay, thank you so much, Tammy. And 5 stars quality from Ramon. Love taste. Smells good too. No burping or awful smell. Yeah, it doesn't repeat that fish taste, which is so annoying with a lot of the fish oil, most of the fish oil supplements out there. All right, the Vitafish oil, you're going to love it. Check it out on Vitatree.com. And yeah, let's continue on. We are moving on now to our eye and vision support. So making sure that we're keeping our eyes healthy. I'm just going to grab my eyeball, well, not my eyeball, but my eyeball model here, which is so important. So our eyes are reliant on certain nutrients, and this is something that in the eye and vision support is something that I put together in terms of all the research, the lutein, the zeaxanthin. We'll look at the ingredients in just a second, but so important to protect these delicate tissues in the eye. So whether it is the macula at the back of the eye, we know that that blue light coming into the eye from all of our screens and our modern light bulbs that we've got, the lights in the studio here, very damaging. It's not balanced with all the other frequencies of light from natural full spectrum light from the sun. We're often under this blue light toxic environment, and that's very damaging to the back of the eye, the macula. So macular degeneration is when we start to lose that central focus of what we're looking at. Cataracts as well. So lack of antioxidant status in the eyes, and that can cause the clouding of the lens of the eye, and that's going to scatter the light now when that light is trying to come through to concentrate nicely at the back of the eye. It won't happen. So the eye and vision support helps with the macula, protecting that macula, because with macular degeneration, which is the #1 leading cause of blindness, that's when that macula becomes damaged, often from, that toxic blue light, artificial light, and that's when you're trying to look at something, you lose that central focus of what you're looking at, because the light can't concentrate properly, and then there's inflammation at the macula at the back of the eye. We also need to know that the ingredients in the formulation are very protective. So the antioxidant status of the eye and vision support, what Mother Nature has given us, is to protect against that free radical damage, which often is associated with the cataracts and the scattering of the light, the clouding of the lens of the eye. So we have the African marigold, which gives us the lutein and zeaxanthin. These are the carotenoids. So very important antioxidants, which specifically concentrate in the eye tissue. So you're getting both the lutein and the zeaxanthin, the carrot powder. So Mom always said, eat your carrots. Why? Because, of course, it gives us that beta carotene, converts to our active vitamin A, which we know is needed for night vision, for our retinal cells, the rods and the cones. Bilberry and blackcurrant. So these are herbal medicines that help with the pressure in the eyes. So if you are someone that needs the drops in the eyes, this can be really helpful as well to regulate that pressure. And also antioxidants in these herbal medicines to protect against that free radical damage in the lens with the cataracts. No magnesium stearate, no synthetic ingredients, no fillers or flow agents. So true to the Vitatree brand, if you're just tuning in, very different. I mean, all of my formulas here at Vitatree, they don't contain magnesium stearate, which is a flow agent. They use it in the industry to help to speed up production times, but it's a chemical and it's never been tested to be safe for long-term human consumption. So they just don't know. They don't have the data on this as to how healthy or unhealthy it may be. They haven't done, some of the testing on this for mutagenicity. So to me, that's, a little bit suspect when, if it hasn't been properly tested, it's not natural, it's not, from Mother Nature. Is it safe? They don't know is the answer. And for some people, actually, the magnesium stearate causes symptoms, can cause upset stomach, can cause acid reflux. Some people it causes heart palpitations. Yeah. And I've educated so many people on this magnesium stearate that I've heard, so many testimonials and reviews and comments and emails coming back to me saying, doctor, I had no idea. And, people feeling sick from taking their everyday supplements, they stopped all the magnesium stearate in their supplements, and sure enough, their symptoms went away. So yeah, it goes to show you've got to pay attention to these things. Again, the Vitatree Difference, formulated by, does she look familiar? That's me, Dr. Janine. Whole food ingredients, no magnesium stearate, and of course, no other fillers or flow agents. We do have third-party testing in terms of all of our batches. That's really important. Here in Canada, we have the NPN number on all of our products. Again, in other countries, it's not as regulated. Here in Canada, we're highly, highly regulated for natural supplements. So you're entrusting in a Canadian brand that has gone through all of that testing and, of course, approvals with Health Canada. So different, from some of the other stuff that is out there. But with our Eye and Vision support, again, these ingredients are concentrated and they are designed to help with that rapid absorption. And I do actually recommend that you take the Eye and Vision support. 2 capsules a day is your standard dosage, but take it with the Vitafish oil. That combination is phenomenal for helping with the proper absorption. So those essential fats in the Vitafish oil, those omega-3s, will help with the absorption of the lutein and the zeaxanthin in the Eye and Vision support. So that combination is great. I usually take it earlier in the day. I just find that it helps with my eyes because I'm on screens throughout the day. Wearing your blue light blocking glasses, very important as well. Something that I talk about in my book. If you haven't yet picked it up, The Lost Medicine, Rediscovering Mother Nature's Prescription. It's all about, protecting your eyes as well. And let's take a look at some of the great testimonials that we have on the Eye and Vision support. So this is great. So this is from Sylvie. 5 stars. This product helps me. I have AMD and macular degeneration, and when I showed my doctor the Eye and Vision from Vitatree, she said that it is very good and that I could take it. Yeah, so it's actually amazing. So for those of you who don't know, I actually wanted to become, before I learned about naturopathic medicine, I actually wanted to be an optometrist. And I did my undergrad at the University of Waterloo here in Canada, where that's where the only school of optometry is. And yeah, when I learned about naturopathy, the rest is history, but I changed gears. But that's why this formula, of all my formulas, I'm really, close at hand, close and dear to my heart is the Eye and Vision support, because I wanted to get into this whole field of helping people with their eyes and their vision. So this is great. And I actually have a lot of doctors that questioned me about the formula, and I've learned about the formula, and some of them have actually recommended it to their patients because there's no other Eye and Vision formula out there that has the whole food ingredients. This is all natural. Most of the other eye vitamins out there, they have a lot of synthetic ingredients, so this one is very different, and it works so well and so quickly. So I'm very proud of that. Ursula said, 5 stars, the best. I've been using the Eye and Vision since it has been developed, so that's been years now. I used to have high pressure in both eyes and had to use drops every night. since using the Eye Envision, I no longer have high pressure in the eyes and no longer use prescription drops. Okay, that is amazing, Ursula. I will always use these supplements and have it on subscription. So that's a great way to purchase as well. Of course, all the supplements, if you're just tuning in, go to Vitatree.com and you'll learn more about all my formulas at Vitatree. And I'm so happy to have you all here today. It's so great that you've been able to tune in. The standard dosage, Susan, on the Vitaficial is 4 capsules. I usually take a little bit more, just because I find I love what it does for my skin, especially now in the winter months. I feel like I need a little bit more hydration from within with the omega-3s, with the Vitaficial, but the standard dosage is 4 of the little gel caps per day. Great question. Thank you so much. And the Eye Envision is taken with the Vitaficial. That combination is really good. If you can't take fish oil, you could take the turmeric. So the turmeric is going to help to maintain that DHA in your eyes and in your brain. The turmeric you can check out on Vitatree.com, and that was from GC143. I take the Eye Envision with the turmeric if you can't take the fish oil. Great question. All right, take a look at this, all about my book, and we're coming right back. What if the real path to healing was buried on purpose? Before we had prescriptions and quick fixes, we healed with the sun, with the earth, with grounding, with natural detox, and really watching what we put into our bodies. Well, these are some of the reasons why I wrote my latest book, The Lost Medicine. It's all about rediscovering Mother Nature's prescription for us. She is our best doctor. You can learn more in my latest book. Please check it out. And there you have it. So please pick up your copies. Of course, for the holiday season, what a great gift, giving the gift of health, along with the supplements as well. What a great stocking stuffer, a gift to give to someone. Just a little bit about my book. I talk about light and your light environment, sound, circadian rhythms, sleep, grounding, electromagnetic fields, blue light toxicity, leptin resistance, water, diet, cold thermogenesis, heat, saunas, the eye-brain network, exercise, the gut microbiome, detoxification, mineral imbalances, natural beauty tips, weight loss, and the mind-body-spirit connection. It's all in the book. This is my third book now. It is a bestseller. It became a bestseller in like 2.5 days. So I was very proud of that. So I thank you all for all of your great support. I know you're loving the book. All the reviews that we have coming back on the book, phenomenal. So please get your copy and make sure that you've got it. And yeah, thank you to everybody who supports everything that we do here. And of course, all of the Vitatree products. All right, continuing on. Now we're talking about the whole food calcium. So the calcium capsules are a fossilized coral calcium, very different from what you may have experienced with other calcium supplements. And the great thing about this is that it has that high absorption, but it also contains 69 other trace minerals, which help with that proper absorption of the actual calcium itself. So when we look at the ingredients, you'll see that we have the fossilized coral calcium, but that's going to help with that absorption because remember it has those other trace minerals, so things like boron, rubidium, silica, manganese, which are naturally occurring in that fossilized coral calcium. And fossilized meaning that we're not robbing the oceans of the live coral. It's already fossilized, and so it's sustainable, which is important as well. But because of all those other trace minerals, does help with that proper absorption. No binders or fillers, and has 69 other trace minerals, as I said. Non-constipating, okay, so really gentle on digestion, doesn't cause stomach pain, it doesn't cause any gas and bloating. Like some people, when they take supplements, you're not sure, maybe you haven't correlated it yet to your supplements, but that can cause some symptoms, and especially when it's got the fillers and the flow agents. So one of the things to look for in terms of fillers is called microcrystalline cellulose. And of course, we don't use this at Vitatree. It's something that I want you to check all of your vitamin labels for. And titanium dioxide is another one. This one's actually been banned in Europe. And the microcrystalline cellulose is made from wood chips and can cause some digestive upset, some gas and bloating, especially if you're sensitive to that type of fiber. So we don't use that at Vitatree, and that's, one of the reasons why we get that high efficacy in all of the supplements is because there's no dilution factor and nothing extra has been added into the formulas. You're just getting the pure potency of the active ingredients, and that's how you get the results. Now with our calcium, again, when we're looking at calcium deficiency, how do you know? Well, your body could be giving you some signs and symptoms that you're actually low. So whether that is confusion, memory loss, depression, even hallucinations when this is really out of balance and, really lacking in that calcium. Brittle nails, eczema, so chronic skin issues can be related to low calcium. Muscle aches and cramps and spasms. So that's important and very common. Hair loss can be related to that low calcium. Insomnia. So how you take your calcium becomes very different when you learn from Vitatree and when you learn from me now. A lot of people say to take magnesium closer to bedtime, it helps with sleep. I say the reverse. You take your calcium when it's in this form and all those minerals, you're going to take that at bedtime. Your magnesium in the morning. We will be talking about magnesium because it is one of our super sale. It is our super sale item today, so that's coming up. But this is important. So your magnesium is in the morning, Your calcium helps with sleep, right? Because that is also going to help with those other trace minerals, with your sleep. Being overweight. So yeah, they found that your body goes into something called lipogenesis, making of more fat when you're calcium deficient. So it could be just a simple calcium deficiency, and that's why you're having difficulty losing the weight. Just FYI to all my, fellow perimenopausal, menopausal women. Optimize your calcium, your absorbable calcium. It will change things. I'm telling you, it's amazing. And there was one other thing. Osteoporosis was probably on that slide as well. Yes. Okay. Weak bones and sore joints also related to low calcium. But let's take a listen from our reviews on the calcium. Okay. So 5 stars from Rebecca. Since taking this product, I've had a bone density test done and it came out great. So glad I found this product. Okay. Amazing, Rebecca. Another 5-star review from Carrie Parsons, purchased after surgery. I had surgery on my foot, and 6 weeks after my bone was not healing. I purchased the calcium supplement to take along with D3 to help in my healing process. 4 weeks later, my doctor was satisfied with the healing of my foot. I'm so glad, Carrie, that you're feeling better, that your foot has been healing well with, of course, the Vitatree calcium. And 5 stars from Nina. I have more energy and able to play games with my grandchildren. No more stiffness. Yeah, so for the mobility as well, that calcium is really important. So thank you for sharing all your great stories. We are moving on now. If you're just tuning in, today is deal day. Our vitamin D3 is on a super, super deal day item sale today. Lowest price it's ever been for a 2-bottle pack. And now we're moving on to our magnesium. So this is a 2-pack. So just so you can see really quickly, our magnesium on subscription as low as $46.06. Free shipping is happening here as well. You can cancel at any time, so that's definitely the way to shop. But if you just want to do the one time, and even if you wanted to spread out your payments, you could do that as well. $51.18 US. Of course, we have pricing in our other countries as well, so you can just check out on your website. But this is remarkable in terms of your magnesium and having that proper absorption. Again, this is a magnesium bisglycinate without the fillers, without the flow agents. There's no magnesium stearate, so very different from other magnesiums out there. Has that rapid absorption, is tasteless, and is so fantastic for any type of magnesium deficiency symptom, which is very common. And magnesium and calcium, yes, they work together, but we don't want to take them at the same time. This is where a lot of people are doing it wrong. They're taking magnesium and calcium together, and that's going to compromise the absorption. We want to maximize the absorption of each of those. We take magnesium, magnesium in the morning, your calcium closer to bedtime. But with our Vitatree magnesium, what are some of the symptoms of being low in magnesium? They're so common. One of the big ones is getting those little eye twitches or muscle aches, Charlie horses, muscle cramping, magnesium deficiency, irregular heartbeat. Can also be related to low magnesium, slow metabolism. So you're having difficulty getting that weight off because of being low in that magnesium, as well as chocolate cravings, muscle cramping and weakness like we talked about, headaches. So if you're prone to headaches, low mood even can be related to low magnesium, asthma and spasm, menstrual cramps, low bone density. So we know that magnesium and calcium, they work hand in hand, but again, we don't want to take them together. We want to maximize, so magnesium in the morning, your calcium closer to bedtime. And I just want to show you really quickly, I'm going to open up the magnesium into some water, and you're going to see how fantastic this is in terms of that absorption. So remember, there's no fillers, no flow agents. It's just your magnesium bisglycinate. There's no magnesium stearate in here. And when I open that up into water, it is tasteless. I actually do this. I make up a little mixture, which you can check out on my social media for all of my recipes. But I make up this little mixture with salt and some cream of tartar and a bit of a flavor enhancer. And I add that into my water. And that is great as your electrolyte drink. So great for during sports, just great during the day, gives you your extra magnesium, which most of us are deficient in because our food no longer has that same absorption and content of these essential nutrients any longer, and especially the magnesium, which is such an important mineral that we're lacking in. And that's why we have a lot of these symptoms of magnesium deficiency, even our metabolism. If we don't have enough of magnesium, our metabolism is suffering. But you can see I open that up into the water. Great as an electrolyte drink, great for acid reflux as well, which I'm going to show you how this is working, a different mechanism for your acid reflux. So if you do have chronic acid reflux, I want you to open up your 2 capsules. That's your standard dosage, 2 capsules of your magnesium. Open that in your water in the morning, and you're going to be sipping on that, and it does wonders for acid reflux. Let me show you this really quickly, because it is a natural muscle relaxant. And this is something, Thotho70, do we deliver to Ireland? Yes, absolutely. GC magnesium can be given to children, and the recipes you can check out on my Instagram under my recipe tab. And if not, then always call the toll-free number 1-844-GET-WELL, and we can send you to the right place where to find all of the recipes. Great questions coming in. Samina is asking, what about calcium in your heart? Yes. So years ago, there was some evidence showing that taking the wrong type of calcium supplement could influence your cardiovascular health in a not good way. So taking the right type of calcium with vitamin K2 and of course, your D3 and magnesium, doing it in the right way and separating them out, and taking it in a whole food source is actually what the authors of one of those studies that found some negative side effects with calcium, they said get your calcium always from a whole food source. And that's exactly what we offer here in the Vitatree supplement, is the whole food calcium. All right, so acid reflux, really quickly. Yes, we want that magnesium. So that acid is coming up the esophagus, very painful, annoying, makes you feel like you're having a heart attack for some people. Yeah, this can be really scary when we want to relax that sphincter. We need that muscle relaxant effect. So the magnesium, that's going to help to relax that, and that's going to close this, and that's going to keep the acid down in the stomach where it needs to stay. So that's just one of the ways that the Vitatree magnesium can help with that acid reflux. So definitely make sure that you're trying that. If you do have chronic acid reflux and you've not yet tried the Vitatree magnesium. All right, I did want to talk about, yes, our metabolism with magnesium. So when you're magnesium deficient, this can slow down your metabolism of your carbs, your fats, and your proteins, so all your macronutrients. You need to have enough of that magnesium. We also know that magnesium helps as a natural muscle relaxant, as we saw. And we do have some great reviews from our customers as well on the magnesium. So Erica said, 5 stars. Sometimes you don't know what the body needs till it's got it. Okay, thank you, Dr. Bowring, for educating us about this magnesium. It's a clean ingredient without any other agents, and that makes us feel safe. Love this magnesium. I feel great and helps my daily life full of energy. Thank you so much for sharing, Erica. And remember, today is a very special day. It's our super sale item, our magnesium, the 2-pack. And the pricing on this is phenomenal. So make sure you go to Vitatree.com and lock in this price. If you want to do subscription with free shipping, that's amazing, at $46.06, lowest price I've ever seen this. Also the 2-bottle offer if you want to do the one-time $51.18 US. And you can also spread out your payments if you wanted to do that as well. So you're saving a bundle here, and definitely something that you want to maybe get a few. Like if you're not doing subscription, maybe get a few packs of this and just stock up on your magnesium so that you've got it, and to get you through the next little while, which is amazing. Okay, back to our testimonials really quickly. We're almost out of time. Yes, this is from Purple Yam. Thank you, Dr. Bowring, for educating us about this magnesium. It's a clean ingredient without any other agents, and that makes us feel safe. Love this magnesium. All right, so thank you so much. And it was so great to have all of these great testimonials from, of course, our customers over the years. And, you know, what a great way to shop today on our deal day. Now, coming back to our vitamin D3, which was our Deal Day item. Again, these are our chewable gel caps. They're lemonade flavored, absolutely delicious. Super deal. So it's a 2-bottle offer on subscription, $37.78. Like, I've never seen this price before, so that is great on subscription. If you just want to do the one time, absolutely do that. Maybe get a few of these supplies so that you've got it at home to get you through the next few months. And you can split up your payments on interest-free payments. So check that all out. It's all on Vitatree.com. If you've got questions, call 1-844-GET-WELL. But a great day to shop today with me, the formulator of all the Vitatree products. I'm so happy that so many of you have tuned in today asking your questions. Tanvi, yes, it works for acid reflux at nighttime as well. Absolutely, you can do that just before bed if you wanted to take some of that magnesium. Actually, the calcium can help with the acid reflux as well. So depending on, if you're getting both of those, that would be great. And calcium with vitamin K is a good combination. I do actually recommend that. Susan, there's so much out there about creatine. Yeah, we will not do a creatine because it is always synthetic. So yeah, it's not something that we take. If you want to get extra aminos in, you're doing our whey protein powder and our collagen supplement as well instead of the creatine. All right. So great questions. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Today it was great. I had so much fun shopping. Continue to shop on Vitatree.com, and I'll see you next time. Bye.